New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. A notorious drug dealer from New York City who served decades in prison for murder and was in witness protection program for testifying against his associates was slain on the Harlem Street corner in his truck Sunday morning. Alberto Alpo Martinez, a drug kingpin who was portrayed by Cameron in the 2002 movie Paid in Full, was killed in a drive-by shooting as he sat in his 2017 Dodge Ram on the 147th Street of Frederick Douglass Boulevard around 3:30 a.m. Cops said that he was shot 5 times. Martinez, whose last known address was in Maine, was rushed to a Harlem hospital but could not be saved. High ranking police sources state that Martinez was in danger as soon as he returned to his old stumping grounds. Martinez dealt drugs in the mid 1980s in the same neighborhood where he was killed before he was busted for dealing crack in Washington, D.C. Martinez was released from prison back in 2015 while serving a 35-year stint at a federal supermax prison in Colorado. Now, I just want to go over these interesting notes that were stated in the article, right? And this is quoted by sources, right? They stated that you are in a witness protection program because you testified against other drug dealers. You make a lot of enemies who have scores to settle. When you return to the same area, word will get out very fast. He's back in the zone. Another source also stated that Martinez's vehicle had paper plates from Texas and stated that it wasn't clear if Martinez had left witness protection program entirely or was just back for a visit. Also, I want, a lot of the young guys to pay attention that a lot of these dudes out here, they might also be undercover cops because they've made a lot of movies about In Too Deep and different stuff like that, and cops that's been in bed with gangs and drug dealers and kingpins for years and sometimes decades in order to get the things that they need to get in order to prosecute these dealers. So, like I said before, a lot of people better understand, like, some of these dealers that you might be, messing with and buying stuff from, more than likely they might be undercover cops. They're gathering information. They're out there selling stuff illegally slash legally just to sit up there and get the things that they need for a case and different things like that. So don't be too surprised if some of the people that were quote unquote some of the sources were actually cops who were undercover, deep undercover, basically talking. Like I said, people need to think about some stuff sometimes. So at the end of the day, it comes with the territory, right? And the main thing I sit up there and have explained to either guys that, I grew up with, back when I was younger having conversations, is that, yo, if you happen to live a fast life, your life is going to go that exact same direction. Your money's going to go that exact same direction. The women that you're with are going to go in that exact same direction. Nothing is going to be stable. Nothing is going to be finalized. And everything is just unsurety, right? And that's not a life that realistically any logical person wants to live. A lot of young guys out here feel that because they're young, they have the invincible, type of aspect of life where they're untouchable, where nothing can happen to them, nothing detrimental. They're going to escape everything because they got 99 lives. But realistically, you know, that's just not the case. And over time, or as time goes by, the longer that you live and that you're still a part of this life, everything is going to get shorter, shorter, and shorter. So if you happen to live long enough, all of those enemies and all of those people that you basically harm and you double crossed and all these other things, they're going to come for you, right? A lot of people want to, make a name for themselves. A lot of people want to be known for taking out such and such and such and such, right? You might not hear it, directly out there in the open, but in the darkness, you'll hear those whispers of like, yo, I heard, such and such was, the person that did da 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 da. So then that's the next person that, has, a little bit of type of energy, that people are going to look up to and and different things like that. That's how all of that works, right? It's all about reputation and the things that you've done and how long you've been in and all these other things and da 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 da, right? So it's a fast life. This man lost his life. Everything caught up with him because of all of the people that he basically harmed through way in the 80s of, selling drugs to families, breaking up those homes, taking those lives, destroying those kids' lives. And then that created a whole nother cycle. And then on top of the things of things that might not have been listed that he has done that he just did not get tried for, right? And then on top of that, he decided to go to court and he wanted to speak out against the same people that he basically did things with. That's a no-no. Realistically, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Now, if a normal person, right, who is not a part of this world, who is just an everyday Joe, right, wanted to sit up there and get on the witness stand and testify against things that they've seen directly in their neighborhood, yeah, that's completely fine and dandy because that's a whole different thing, right? But like I said before, it's like, yo, for a lot of these young guys out here, they're gonna learn the hard way. They want to, look up to the big homie and all this other type of stuff. They want to try to do this fast life type of deal because they see these guys glorifying the money, the women, the cars, and all that. And that's what a lot of these young guys want. But that also comes through by way of the fact that some of these young men out here don't actually have father figures or positive male role models to look up to. So therefore, who they gonna look up to? They're gonna look up to the drug dealers. They're gonna look up to the people idolizing the drug dealers, such as a lot of the rappers and different things like that. And they're gonna think that that's the direction that they need to go in order to get the things that they want because those young men they're looking at it was like, oh, I got this girl, I'm interested in, but she ain't really interested in me. She interested in such and such and such and such. Because you'll have a lot of girls who will sit up there and go towards the guys who are doing the bad things. Right? They'll be like the drug dealers, they'll be the dudes, smoking and drinking, early at a young age, going to adult parties and all this other type of stuff. Girls are attracted to that. They're not attracted to, the everyday, stereotypical, nice guy and stuff like that because they view them as boring and they want excitement. So those girls are going to sit up there and chase after those guys who can give them that excitement, right? And then because of that mentality, right, they end up procreating with those guys, right, and end up creating a broken home because those guys at the end of the day was never good for them, and they're going to leave them as single mothers, either one way or another, and then that's going to restart the cycle again because those women are chances are going to end up having a daughter who is going to end up doing the same thing that the mother just did, or they're going to end up having a son, end up potentially doing the same thing that their father just did. And it's going to be cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle. And it's like, it's going to be a never ending story. So, like I said, it is what it is at the end of the day. Some people, their purpose, they're meant to, live a certain type of life, a certain type of cycle, in order to give people examples as to what not to do. Some people are meant to do better things in life, to create, right? To innovate, right? To bring happiness in a variety of other, things in society. So, hopefully this is just a lesson to a lot of the young men out here. Don't go the same route as a lot of these drug dealers or these drug kingpins because you're going to end up just like them at the end of the day. You're going to end up as a forgotten hero. I'm sorry, a forgotten street hero. The only way that your name is going to get brought up or you're going to get memorialized and glorified is if a rapper decides to talk about you. Other than that, don't nobody else around the world care. So if you want a legacy, do better. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.